I can't let them catch me. Not like this. So Madina ran through the dark forest, her heart pounding. Palace guards were chasing after her. She reached the edge of a cliff and stopped. Below was a deep river and she had nowhere else to run to. She turned around. The palace guards surrounded her. Echezona, her husband, stepped forward. He was the leader of the guards. "You killed her," he said. "I didn't do it," she cried. "How can you think that I did that? Remember our times together?" Echezona looked at her without emotion. He didn't believe her. She began to laugh sadly. She sank to the ground. "Oh, my love for you was for nothing," she whispered. Then she stood up. Her eyes were aggressive. "If you won't believe me," she said, "then I curse you. May you have a life full of sorrow and tragedy." She stepped backwards and fell off the cliff into the river. So Madina woke up in a soft bed. Amara, her personal maid, stood beside her. "Ah, you're awake. Oh, thank heavens," the maid said with a relief. "Where am I?" she asked. She didn't know the place or the maid. "You're in your home, ma," Amara said. "You're the first lady of this house." So Madina was confused. She pinched herself to see if she was dreaming. "Ah, it hurts. Are you feeling okay?" the maid asked, worried. "I don't remember anything," she said. "Who am I?" Amara looked concerned. "Maybe your fall hurts you more than we thought." She tried to get up. "I need to go outside," she said. The maid stopped her. "You can't go outside," she said. "The palace guards are guarding the house because of what happened." "What happened?" she asked. "Please tell me what happened," she insisted. The maid took a deep breath. "You're the daughter of a king's cabinet," she began. "You fell in love with your husband at first sight, but he did not love you back. You were determined, my lady. Some might say you were ruthless, but they call you the she-devil of the village." So Madina looked down at her hands, trembling. "You even punished the servant for hurting the rooster you wanted to give to your husband." So Madina was shocked. "I did all of that?" she asked. "I can't believe that's me." "Oh, no." She shook her head. "Please, I don't want to hear more about myself. Tell me about my husband." "Your husband? He's a man devoted to his work," the maid said. "He fights for justice and helps the less fortunate. He's very handsome and successful." So Madina smiled a little. He sounds like a good man. "But he married a second wife," the maid added. Her smile faded. "Oh," she said softly. "Are you upset, ma?" Amara, her maid, asked. "No," she replied. "I guess I expected it." A memory came back to her. She was begging Echezona, her husband, not to marry another woman. He ignored her pleas. She sent a rooster instead of her to bring the new bride, as custom determined. The bride's family was angry but continued with the wedding. At the wedding, she tried to stop it. She had the knife and aimed to hurt her husband, but Obianuju, the new bride, saw that and stepped in the way, and she got hurt. "Is Uju okay?" she asked the maid. "Yes," the maid answered. "She wasn't badly injured." She sighed with a relief. Just then, a male servant entered. "Ma, your husband has asked to see you," the servant said. She went to see him immediately. She did not remember him, but she hoped to make things right. He handed her a document. "Sign this," he said. "What is this?" So Madina asked. "He says you will stay loyal to my family forever," he explained. "You will live in a small distant house in the palace." She looked at the paper. "You want me to live alone, away from everyone else?" "Yes," he said coldly. "But I don't want to sign this," she said. Echezona signaled the guards. They stepped forward. She realized she had no choice, and she signed the paper. So Madina moved to the old small house with her maid. They cleaned it together. Amara, her maid, was surprised to see how hardworking she had become. After cleaning, they ate and went to bed, but she was still very hungry. She got up to find food in the kitchen. She cooked a simple meal. After eating, she smelled smoke. The kitchen building was on fire. She tried to escape. Echezona, her husband, heard about the fire and he ran towards the building. "Sir, you can't go in," his guard shouted. "It's too dangerous for you, sir." He ignored the warning and ran towards the house. So Madina burst out of the door, carrying a piece of wood. They collided and fell to the ground. They looked at each other in surprise. "Why did you come here?" So Madina asked softly. Echezona did not answer her. He just stared at her. But in that moment, everything else faded away. They were just two people facing each other, unsure of what will happen next. Around them, the flames crackled. But in that moment, everything else faded away. They were just two people facing each other, unsure of what will happen next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye!